Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time ever to Athletic Park here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. My name is Ryan Paul, joining you here live for Chaska and Eden Prairie here. We join you here in the top of the third inning. 2 outs. Zach Hartford on the hill for Chaska. Scoreless through 2. He's hoping to make that through 3 here. 0-0. No hits for either team. The only action so far this game has been a walk by each team's 4-hitter. Hartford finds it low here. Riley Swenson, the catcher, back there for Chaska. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So I don't have a graphic for you here. It was kind of an impromptu broadcast that we put together here. It's number 8, Mike Espy for Eden Prairie, the senior outfielder. He's got 2 strikes on him now. Hartford throws a breaking ball, gets him to swing at it. Swenson blocks it up and fires the dart down to first base. That's Bach down there at first base. And Chaska gets out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for Eden Prairie in the top of the third. And when we return here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, Chaska comes to the plate in the bottom of the third. Noah Miller here, the junior for Chaska, heads the plate here. 2 face-off against Eden Prairie's hurler. Ball 1 inside. Miller fouls the second one off. Pitching for Eden Prairie this evening, Zach Zegan gets the call, the senior. He has a 1-1 count against Miller here for Chaska. Bottom of the third, still a scoreless game. Miller holds up on his ball in the dirt. Count goes to 2-1. Chaska sporting their new cream jerseys this year at home. Zegan's second pitch is also in the dirt. 3-1 count to Miller. Still scoreless here through 3.5. No hits for either team, no errors committed by either squad either. Zegan 3-1 pitch is fouled away into the batting cages on the right field side here at beautiful Athletic Park. It's a beautiful evening here in Chaska, Minnesota. We had snow last night, but it melted off. And it's a 55-degree night here. Miller faces the full count now. It's strike 3. He rung him up in the outside corner, and Zegan gets his 5th strikeout of the contest. Miller heads back to the dugout. Now stepping to the plate for the Hawks is going to be second baseman Seth Hendrickson. Sorry we joined you a little late. I had a game of my own in Eden Prairie and caught a train on the way here. So here's Hendrickson now. Zegan fires inside. Chaska students an outstanding showing here for the first baseball game of the season. I'll be right back. Faces the 0-1s in there for a strike. Caught the low and away corner here. Zegan for Eden Prairie. Jack Zegan. He winds, fires a curveball in the dirt. 2-1 to Hendrickson. Chaska head coach Craig Bauman, assisted by Scott Gerber, Eric Olson, as Hendrickson grounds one to the left side foul. And there's Coach Bauman, who I just mentioned a second ago. He grabs a foul ball as Hendrickson now faces a 2-2 count. Here from Athletic Park in beautiful Chaska, Minnesota. The Chaska blessed to have a facility as such as Athletic Park here. The press box here is beautifully memorabilia. I will show it maybe to you here in between innings, but the memorabilia lines the walls of this press box and even under the grandstand. It fills up majority of that. The 3-2 to Hendrickson. He fires Hendrickson to the shortstop and he botches it. Eden Prairie shortstop. I think that's Zach Elliott out there. It's going to be E6 on the scoreboard. Hendrickson grounded one to the left side, and here comes Reed Young, the senior captain for Chaska. First error of the game committed there by the shortstop for Eden Prairie, and it's Young here. Only the third base run of the game. Both teams' 4 hitters, both walked. So here, Hendrickson on first base. He gets a secondary lead, and it's Young who swings right through the first pitch. It was a changeup, and he swung right through it. 0-1 to Young now, the senior captain. Zegan, the pitcher for Eden Prairie, headed to Cal Pulley as he checks on Hendrickson now at first base. Nothing doing there, just keeping him honest. Young now for the Hawks. Faces the 0-1 from Zegan. Hendrickson, big lead over there at first. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked up by Eden Prairie's catcher. Hendrickson not advancing, and an appeal down to the field umpire says that Young held up his swing. So the count goes to 1-1 with one out here. 0-0 the score. Just had our first error committed to the game. It's Trent Dawson who's on deck for Chaska. Young stands at the plate now. Scoot Hendrickson, a delayed steal, and he's in there. A beautiful base running by Seth Hendrickson there. A delayed steal put on by Coach Bauman, and Reed Young swung right through it, and it was a perfectly executed delayed steal by Hendrickson, and he advances to second base here with one out. Chaska's base running, something that they really take pride in. Aside from their defensive part, base running is the reason why many teams win so many games here in high school baseball. Here's Young. He's got a 1-2 coming his way now from Zegan. The right-hander steps off and makes sure Hendrickson staying close over there as the shortstop gives some signs to his infielders. Here's Young, the 1-2. Zegan kicks and fires. It's in the dirt, blocked up by Eden Prairie catcher Warensky, or is that Roblensky? Is it how you pronounce that name? Here's the 2-2 to Young. Zegan finds a sign here in the bottom of the third. Zegan fires, and it's swung right through by Young. Second out for Eden Prairie is a swinging strikeout by Reed Young. And coming to the plate now, Mr. Trent Dawson, the senior for Chaska. Two outs here in the bottom of the third. Chaska, Seth Hendrickson standing on second base after the delayed steal. It was perfectly executed. Here we go with two outs in the bottom of the third from Athletic Park. Chaska threatening here. It's Dawson who fouls one back. Here. Chaska showing outstanding here this evening. The parking lot is chock full, and it's even extended out into the surface streets. Has the parking. I had to do a little shimmying in as the move back to second base does nothing to Seth Hendrickson, and with one strike on Dawson, Zegan elects to go with the fake pickoff. Here from Athletic Park, it's a beautiful 55 degrees here. It's probably gotten a little colder now that the sun has gone down, but the pitch from Zegan is just a little bit low. Ball 1 to Trent Dawson. One to Dawson. Zegan at the mound, sets, fires. Right-handed delivery is in there. He went around, did Trent Dawson. Expect to see that big hooker from Zegan here. It's what he centers his pitching mentality around. Headed to Cal Poly after his high school career is over. Zegan sets, fires. It's in the dirt. Blocked back there by the catcher. Roblensky. 2-2, 2 outs for Dawson. A delay before the pitch is thrown, and now it's in there. It's inside. Full count, 2 outs here to Dawson. Hendrickson still standing on second base. And a beautiful night for baseball here in Chaska, Minnesota. It's Chaska 0, Eden Prairie 0. The Hawks threatening here with 2 outs, though, with Hendrickson on second base. Zegan sets, fires. Breaking ball is in there. Ring him out. Bent it right in there, and it's strike 3. It strands Hendrickson at second base for Chaska. No runs, no hits, 1 error. Left 1 down at second base, and we head to the top of the 4th here from Athletic Park in Chaska. 0-0, all tied with Eden Prairie and Chaska.
Top of the 4th, Eden Prairie. Third baseman, Will Paul.
All right, welcome back to Athletic Park here. It's the top of the 4th between Chaska and Eden Prairie, all square at 0. Zach Hartford returns to the hill for the Hawks in the top of the 4th. He sets and fires. The big slider is just off. Number 12 will fall. The basketball player stands in the batter's box right now. In the top of the 4th, Hartford. No hits through 3. Only 1 walk allowed. That's been the only action here in the first 3 innings and change here between Chaska and Eden Prairie. Hartford sets, fires, left-handed delivery. The fastball is up and away to Paul. 2-1 to the Eden Prairie senior. Playing third base this evening. Two 2-1 inside, 3-1. Hartford falling behind here. The new MSHSL pitch count limit is obviously going to be a point of discussion and I guess, not worry, but coaches are going to be considering that. And when they send their pitchers out and Paul draws the walk, a 5-pitch walk to Will Fall from Hartford. And that gives Eden Prairie a base runner at first base now.
Catcher, Ryan Robleski.
Robleski stepping to the plate now for Eden Prairie. Behind the dish this evening. Here comes Hartford. His delivery is a breaking ball that bends its way in there. Man, that is really a nasty pitch that Hartford can locate in the strike zone there. It really looks like it's going to be headed to the backstop when the hitter really sees it for the first time. And then by the time it hits the catcher's glove, it's right in the strike zone. The 0-1 to Paul. Robleski. Paul getting an aggressive lead over there at first. Paul over at first base for Eden Prairie. This is Robleski at the plate for Eden Prairie. 1-1. Paul leaning over there. He steps back now. The breaker is in the dirt. Swenson blocks it up. 2-1 now to the Eden Prairie catcher. Hartford allow one base runner through the first threes. First base runner, his first hitter he faces on base here in the fourth. Big swing from Robleski is fouled and tipped right into the Swenson glove, and it makes it 2-2 here with nobody out and a runner on second, or on first base rather. From Athletic Park, 0-0 through 3.5. They're 4.5. Paul takes off. It's a hit and run. Reed Young has to range to the side. He falls. Did Young. He fell over on the dirt, probably a little moist out there. Here's the infield dirt. He fell over, and I don't think he would have had a shot at first base there, as it was a hit and run. He was going to cover the steal. A good hit and run executed there. It kind of was a bootleg hit and run, but it worked nevertheless for Eden Prairie, and with no outs, they're threatening here with two base runners on. Nobody out here. Hartford in a jam. Runner on first and second. Eden Prairie at the center of their lineup, and it's going to be a fly ball to Dawson. Paul threatening to tag up, but it's Dawson who fires a good throw back into the third baseman, Gorskowski of Chaska, and just a F8 for Eden Prairie. Here comes Keel, the second baseman for Eden Prairie this evening. One down for Hartford here, who's going to deal to the Eden Prairie senior. Bach playing in front of the runner at first base for Chaska. Hartford winds, deals a just filthy first pitch of a curveball there. Now Bach is instructed to back up behind the runner. The sophomore getting the start at first base tonight for the Hawks. Hartford takes a long look back at second base. Paul back there. Sets, fires. It's a pop fly in the infield. Here's Hendrickson ranging back. It's trouble. Hendrickson makes a tough grab out there at second base. That ball was a mile high, and in this kind of dawn weather here, it's really a tough catch to make out there, especially when the ball is just fluttering about there. Hartford, his no-hitter broken up with that single. He's got two outs, though, and hopes to get out of that jam he was in just with no outs. The breaking ball blocked up by Swenson. It's kept in front of him. Hartford now. 1-0 count to Young of Eden Prairie. Coach Bauman of Chaska thinks that Eden Prairie is stealing some signs, so Riley Swenson, the catcher, and Zach Hartford are going to change up there. And now the 1-0 is pending here from Hartford to Young. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Fastball upstairs. Gets him to swing right through it. Does Hartford. It's 1-1 now. Chaska's next game right here back on Thursday evening. Don't know if we'll have a live stream of that. We'll let you know. 1-1 to Young. Hartford kick steals. It's in there, outside corner. He found it. Swenson framed it up, and now Hartford ahead 1-2 here with 2 outs. Eden Prairie, which once had runner on first and second, no outs, now finds himself behind. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Runner still sitting out there at first and second. Hartford sets and fires to Young, who sits on the curveball. It's over to Hendrickson at second base. He makes the throw over to first, and Chaska gets out of the inning. Eden Prairie strands runners at first and second. And we go to the bottom of the 4th off 1 hit and no errors in that inning. Still 0-0 here from Athletic Park. Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Hawks is going to be catcher Riley Swenson.
Bottom of the 4th for the Hawks. Catcher Riley Swenson.
Facing off against Eden Prairie, Zegan still out there. The first pitch of ball to Swenson. The 1-0 fouled back off the mask, and the pitch that had a good amount of velo on it is fouled away by Swenson here in the bottom of the 4th. Moves the count to 1-1. Zegan from the stretch. He's out of the windup. Breaking ball in there for Swenson. Yeah, in first game here, broadcast from Athletic Park. I hope we can do some more. I don't know, the schedule won't be as consistent as it was with basketball, but hopefully we can get some games in here and there. Zegan, 1-2. We wanted the outside fastball, but he's not going to get it, and the count goes to 2-2. Swenson, the catcher for the Hawks. at the knees. The inside fastball rung him up, and Zegan gets his 6th K of the game, and it's going to be the first out of the inning. Here comes Goroskowski for Chaska, their third baseman.
Third baseman, Jacob Goroskowski.
Goroskowski, who will sign his college commitment, or his letter of intent tomorrow after school. You can catch him do that in the Blue Forum. First pitch to Goroskowski from Zegan is outside. 1-0. Zegan sets, fires, right-hand delivery up and away. 2-0 to Goroskowski. Two-0 now to the Hawks' third baseman. He laces one into the left field, and Goroskowski has Chaska's first hit of the baseball game.
Designated hitter, Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson, the junior, steps to the plate now, hoping to move around Goroskowski, who just reached on a hit to the left side. Zegan sets, fires. Breaking ball is low and away. 1-0. Johnson, the right-handed hitter. Couple of bat flicks before he gets ready to hit. He takes the pitch from Zegan, and it's going to be a double play ball. Instead, the third baseman elects to take the out to first base. Johnson moving the runner up, but committing Chaska's second out.
Outfielder, Marcus Peters.
Here comes Marcus Peters, the junior as well, for Chaska. Playing left field this evening. So it's Goroskowski who stands at second base now. Peters at the plate facing off against Zegan, who's been pretty good through 2 2/3. His first pitch is in the dirt, a breaking ball. Peters faces a 1-0 now from Zegan. Beautiful evening here as Zegan sets, fires, and pumps a fastball in there for the first strike of the at-bat. As I was saying, Chaska, this being their first game of the season, their next one is going to be another home game on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock back here at beautiful Athletic Park. Peters, hard hit ball to second baseman. He's going to get thrown out at first, though, and the inning ends with the runner stranded on the bases. Chaska fails to get anything across in the bottom of the fourth. We go to the fifth. Chaska and Eden Prairie tied at 0. Hartford back out on the hill for Chaska here in the top of the fifth. 7-inning game here As long as we get through to a winner. A nice throw down there by Swenson as we go to the bottom of the fifth, or the top of the fifth here. DeMays steps up to the plate now. Bailey DeMays, the left fielder for Eden Prairie. Facing Hartford here in the first at bat of the inning. Hartford's breaking ball bent in there for a strike. The 0-1 from Hartford. Another breaking ball. This one doesn't catch a piece. Goes to 1-1. One from Hartford. In the dirt. Count moves at 2-1. 2 DeMays. Line drive laced into left field by DeMays. Eden Prairie, second hit of the ball game. Here's a single to left field by DeMays.
Designated hitter Sam
DuPont now steps up for Eden Prairie here in the top of the fifth. Nobody down here. And Hartford, the left-hander, throws over to check on DeMays. No balls, no strikes, no outs here in the top of the fifth. DeMays getting an aggressive lean over there at first base. He can't go anywhere as a ball by DuPont is fouled back. Eden Prairie versus Chaska here. And opening night of baseball here at Athletic Park in Chaska's season. The 0-1 to DuPont. DeMay bluffs a steal. And it's a ball to Chaska. Here to Eden Prairie's DuPont. 1-1. Hartford, who had limited practice time in the preseason due to a knee issue, as he checks over back on DeMays. He gets the start tonight and has been very good through his first 4. He sets and fires. It's a curveball and it finds its way in for the second strike against DuPont. One, 2 to the Eden Prairie first baseman. Hartford sets, fires, fouled back. Still 1-2 here. DeMays takes off. Swenson, the throw down, it's off, and DeMays beat it anyway, but the stolen base by Eden Prairie's DeMays. And the second ball of the at-bat thrown by Hartford, and Eden Prairie now has a runner on second base with no outs. You knew DeMays was going to take off at some point in that at-bat, as he got that aggressive lean out there at first base. Here's Hartford. His 2-2 pitch on the way. He comes to the set and kicks now. It's in. A ball in the dirt, blocked by Swenson. Count goes full at 3-2. Swenson has something in his eye, I believe. Or he needs to change his gear out or whatever the case may be. He asked for time and is granted it. Here with a 3-2 down at Athletic Park. A beautiful night for baseball here. One of Chaska's premier, or one of Minnesota's premier ballparks. Right here. And DuPont still at the plate here. Full count from Hartford. Getting some signs from his catcher. Now he comes set. Runner at second base is DeMays. The 3-2 he sets, fires. And it's stroked down the first base line. It hit the bag. And that's going to score the first run of the game on an RBI single. Coming off the bat of Sam DuPont. Bauman, Coach Craig Bauman's going to get his money's worth here. And I thought that ball hit off the first base, or hit off the bag at first base. And that would make it foul. That would make it fair, rather. And that's what the call on the field was. So Eden Prairie takes a 1-0 lead in a questionable call. And the third hit of the ball game comes off the bat of Sam DuPont, and it's a big one, giving Eden Prairie the lead in the ball game. DuPont at first base now. Hartford needs to recover as Eden Prairie sends someone down to their bullpen. No balls, no strikes. The first pitch is in the dirt to Zach Elliott, the shortstop. So Eden Prairie, nobody out, still in this inning, and they have a runner on first base. Elliott in the right-handed batter's box, ready to take the 1-0. Hartford, the left-handed delivery is in outside on a fastball. Count goes to 2-0, and Coach Craig Bauman for Chaska is going to head out and have a word with his senior pitcher. Here as he falls behind 2-0 in the count. Here with a runner on first, and Eden Prairie with the momentum. Somebody heads down to the bullpen now. I believe that's Ryan Rodriguez who heads down there. In the bullpen, way down there for Chaska. I believe it's Rodriguez who's down there. It's very hard to see from here. Is number 15. Yeah, I think if I can see correctly, that is Rodriguez. But the meeting at the mound is concluded, and we resume action here on the field in the bottom, or in the top of the fifth. Eden Prairie got the only run of the ball game on a Sam DuPont RBI single just moments ago. He stands at first base now, does DuPont. Hartford, left-handed delivery outside. He's fallen off a little bit, and it goes to 3-0. So Rodriguez is going to be warming up rather quickly down there in the Chaska bullpen. We'll see how soon Coach Bauman elects to go. Is that pitch count obviously going to come into effect here? Don't know exactly what he's at, but the 3-0 from Hartford is dialed in there. He took a little something off of that to get it in there for a strike. Moves the count to 3-1. On a beautiful night for opening baseball here from Athletic Park. Chaska, this park is going to host the State Class A baseball tournament, as well as the All-Star Series that is held here annually as Hartford walks Elliott. Rodriguez warming up quickly down in the Chaska pen. The bunt defense called in by Chaska. It's Esping who stands now for EP. Outfielder, senior outfielder for Eden Prairie. He's got 2 on with nobody out here. Eden Prairie threatening. He goes bunt. Chaska ready for it. It's a nice bunt by Espy, and it's thrown away by Chaska. Now the troubles begin as Miller fumbles it down in left field, and it's finally worked over to third, and it's going to be a triple. or a 3-base bunt, rather, from Espy, and it puts Eden Prairie up 3-0. So a big bunt there. It was a very good bunt from Espy. And gives Eden Prairie the 3-0 lead. And Coach Craig Bauman is going to go out and relieve his pitcher. Incoming Ryan Rodriguez from the pen when we return here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Eden Prairie takes a 3-0 lead. Hartford, an outstanding 4 innings and some change, and it's going to be Rodriguez who enters from the bullpen.
Now pitching for Chaska, number 15, Ryan Rodriguez.
All right, top of the 5th still for Eden Prairie at the plate. Ryan Rodriguez, the new pitcher. Will Paul back up for Eden Prairie now. Runner on third. Nobody out. Eden Prairie with a 3-0 lead. Breaking ball from Rodriguez is his first pitch, and he puts it in there for the first strike of his evening. On the first pitch of his evening. Rodriguez, the senior left-hander, works from the wind-up now. He puts his foot down, lifts his leg, and it's blocked up by Swenson. There's another ball in the dirt. Will Paul, the All-State academic basketball player, member of the Eden Prairie team that Chaska defeated in the section finals, sent them to state tournament. But now on the baseball field, it's Ryan Rodriguez, who was on the basketball team that Chaska took to the state tournament just a couple weeks ago. 2-1 now to Paul from Rodriguez here at Athletic. Rodriguez sets, fires, it's in there for a strike, 2-2. The 2-2. Rodriguez fires. Breaking ball. Low and away. Full count to Paul now. Ball fouled back from Paul. The count remains full. At 3-2. Rodriguez winds, fires, struck him out. Ryan Rodriguez, first batter faced, struck him out on a full count fastball that he swung right through, did Will Paul. And
Catcher,
Ryan Robleski now up to the plate. One down here for Eden Prairie in the top of the fifth. Runner on third, one out. Rodriguez breaking ball. Bends out of the zone, 1-0. The 1-0 from Rodriguez. It's another breaking ball popped up. Swenson's coming back to try to field it, and it hits off the top of the grandstand. I don't know if you could hear it, but right on top of us, it hits off the top of this grandstand here in the press box. From Athletic Park, I'm Ryan Paul, joining you here on opening night for Chaska Baseball. Glad to have you along with us. Hopefully we can get a couple more live streams in here as the year progresses. Chaska, as always, hoping to have, and looking like they're going to have, a very good team, hoping to compete as they make a push for the playoffs. It's a hard hit ball down the left field line. It's foul, stroked by the catcher. Moves the count to 1-2 on the foul ball. Rodriguez ahead in the count with one out. Lifts his leg, fires, struck him out, swinging again. Two batters, 2 Ks for Ryan Rodriguez. So 2 outs via the strikeout for Rodriguez here as he enters the game in relief of Hartford. And now it's going to be Matt Dolan, the first baseman, trying to drive in that run from third base. It's DuPont who's out there, I believe, at third base for Eden Prairie. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. The breaking ball is low. Rodriguez, the 1-0. Breaking ball, hit hard to center field. Dawson has to range back for it. This one is in the gap. It's down in center field, a hard hit ball for Eden Prairie. Drives in their 4th run of the game. And it's Matt Dolan who comes up with the RBI double here with 2 outs. Ryan Rodriguez's first allowed hit is Chaska's 4th allowed hit of the team. And it is now a 4-1 or 4-0 baseball game.
Second baseman Connor Keel.
Connor Keel at the plate now. He's ready to hit right away. Eden Prairie rocking some gray uniforms. Have to show it off in typical Eden Prairie fashion. 2 outs here. Rodriguez takes a good long look back at second base where Dolan is standing after he just hit that RBI double. The first pitch is just outside of the zone from Rodriguez. Now he's behind in the count. The 0-1. Swenson drops it, and it's going to be a play down at third base. Swenson throws it away, and it's going to be a 5-0 ball game as Swenson blocked it up but made a bad throw down to third base and drives in Eden Prairie's 5th run of the game. So a 5-0 game here. Eden Prairie getting that one off the second error of the game. It's by Riley Swenson. This one is committed by. The 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Move it to 2-1 now from Rodriguez. He got 2 quick outs via the strikeout, but then conceded an RBI double, and now the error by Swenson brings in Eden Prairie's 4th and 5th runs. Here's the 2-1. It's in there for another strike. That fastball being reliable here this outing for Rodriguez. He's gone 2/3 of an inning, and he's got 2 strikeouts. 2-2, 2 outs from Rodriguez. He shakes off Swenson once. Now he sets, deals, and it's inside. Just a little inside, and makes it a full count here. Eden Prairie got all of their runs in this inning. It's 5-0, 5 runs in that 5th inning. That Rodriguez hopes to end here under the lights at Athletic Park. Rodriguez deals. It's fouled away. Out of play. It's probably going to go get a car back there in the parking lot, which is right behind the grandstand here. If you've never been out to Athletic Park, you really need to come out here. And whether it's a Hawks game like this one this evening or the Chaska Cubs, the town ball team, you really need to come out here and experience this. It's really something else once you get out here. Just an outstanding feel to this ballpark. The memorabilia, the history is Rodriguez, full count, 2 outs, deals, fouled. Might have a chance at this one, and it is just out of play. Bach and Swenson over there for Chaska. 2 foul balls down on the right field side behind the first base dugout on a full count, 2 outs. To Connor Keel. He digs in and Rodriguez, 3-2, 2 outs. Fires one, and he hits one deep, does Keel, but it's going to drop in there as Peters lost it. Keel going to reach second base. And Rodriguez getting the 3rd out of the inning there, but his field couldn't make it happen, so it's going to be ruled a hit officially by the scorers. But it's going to be a base runner for Eden Prairie, and really what should have been the 3rd out. So now Rodriguez turning to face Connor Young, the right fielder, with 2 outs. Young swings right through a Ryan Rodriguez curveball. Rodriguez from the stretch, runner on second base. He's got a good lead back there. Rodriguez now lifts his leg, and another curveball swung right through. Rodriguez got him 0-2 here with 2 outs. Inside at the head level of Young, who's up at the plate now. 1-2. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. It's been a long top of the 5th. If you've been with us here, we're almost an hour into the broadcast, and we haven't gone anywhere but more than a couple of innings. I got here, I think it was around the 3rd inning. We're at the top of the 5th. 5-0 ball game here as a lot has transpired in this 5th inning. Rodriguez gets the 3rd out. As you hear it from the PA, 5 runs off 4 hits and 2 errors for Eden Prairie on that half. 5-0 as we have reached the middle of the 5th. We'll be right back. All right, stepping to the plate now in the bottom of the fifth, sophomore first baseman Justin Bach. The first pitch from Zegan is up and away for ball one. Bach got a little varsity time last year, but he's the starting first baseman now this year, and he faces the 0-1. It's outside as well. Oh no, it's called a strike there as the count's going to go to 1-1. Bach now facing a 2-1 count. Zegan sets, fires, in there for a strike, 2-2. Chaska has actually gone down 5-0 there in that fifth inning. Bach spoils the fastball outside. He fouled it off. Goes out past the first base dugout. 2-2. The count to Bach. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Bach wants time. To the right-handed hitter. He grounds one right side to the first baseman. He fields it cleanly and hits first base. 41st out of the inning. Bach on the ground out to the first baseman. Stepping to the plate now is Noah Miller.
Right fielder Noah Miller.
Miller to the plate now. With one out, he's going to face off against Zegan. Been very solid, only allowing one hit. Through 4 1/3. He sets and fires now. It's Miller who takes a big hack and swings right through the first pitch of his at-bat. 0-1. Miller fouls one off. Just foul on the right side. Miller swings right through a curveball. 4 strike 3, 2 outs now in the inning. Here comes Hendrickson to the plate for Chaska.
Second baseman Seth Hendrickson.
Starting second baseman this evening. Steps to the plate now with 2 outs against Zegan, who's dealing. Hendrickson faces the 0, and it's in there for a strike. Zegan doing a good job of getting ahead in counts here. The 0-1 from the right-hander in the dirt. Blocked out by catcher Wroblewski. The 1-1 is low and inside at the toes of Hendrickson, moving into 2-1. To the Chaska second baseman. Low, 3-1. From Zegan is in there on a breaker for the strike. So a full count with 2 outs here to Hendrickson. He's got a battle. Two outs, and it's in the dirt. Hendrickson draws a walk. Here comes Reed Young now, hoping to advance Hendrickson here with 2 outs. The shortstop for Chaska steps to the plate now. He's got One swing, that's all he gets here. One contact. Hendrickson bluffs the steal. First pitch is in there for a strike. He looked a little bit out of the zone. Here's Young's look at an 0-1. He doesn't get it, though, because Zegan fires over at first base, checking on Hendrickson. Hendrickson, the speedy base runner, gets a good lead over at first base now. He takes a good secondary as the second pitch of the at-bat is low for a ball. It's 1-1. The 1-1 to Young. It hit him. So Young wears one, and now all of a sudden Chaska with 2 outs, threatening here with a runner on first and second, and Trent Dawson stepping up. As we have a conversation ensuing at the mound, we step aside here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. We're going to get a pitching change when we return from Athletic Park. All right, welcome back to beautiful Athletic Park here as we have a pitching change for Eden Prairie. It's Turbin Erdahl who takes the hill, the big left-hander. In his final school year at Eden Prairie High School, the senior heads now with 2 outs out to the mound. As Trent Dawson steps up to the plate with runners on first and second. Dawson now needs to do a job here with 2 outs. Anything to bring in those runners from second and first. The first move from Erdahl is a reverse move back to second. Nothing doing though. Dawson standing in a left-handed batter's box looking for the pitch. It's in there for the first strike. Bach heating up down in Chaska's bullpen. He's the reliever for Hartford if need be. Erdahl ahead with the 0-1. Hendrickson getting off at second base. Dawson holds up on a curveball. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Opening night in Chaska, Hawks versus Eagles. Erdahl's 1-1. Oh, wait, it's Dawson. Dawson swings on it. It's hit right out to left field where it's caught, and that ends the Chaska threat with 2 outs. Nothing doing in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the 6th. Eden Prairie leading 5-0.
No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left.
All right, welcome back to Athletic. Here I'm Ryan Paul, joining you for the first time ever on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network as Justin Bach warms up for some baseball here.
Changes for Chaska.
It's gotten a little chillier than that 55-degree temperature we had at first pitch. The sun has gone down and the lights have been turned on here. Mac Bourne enters at first base as Bach takes the hill for Chaska. The freshman getting some action there at first base. All right, here we go in the top of the 6th. Eden Prairie there last inning. With the Sticks, they had that big 5-run explosion. Ryan Rodriguez goes one official inning. Hartford, the starter for Chaska, went 4. Rodriguez relieved for Hartford after he got in that jam in the 5th, and now enter Justin Bach, the sophomore, on the mound for Chaska. His first pitch is stroked into left center. Out there, and it's caught by Marcus Peters. You can't see him because of the big pole there. But Peters was out there to grab the fly ball and get the first out of the inning for Chaska.
Re-entry for Eden Prairie. Designated hitter Sam DuPont.
DuPont standing at the plate now. The re-entry for the Eagles. Swenson's going to take a jog out to the mound and have a conversation with Justin Bach. Possibly working out signs or what to do here with 1 out. On some good Tuesday night baseball here at the ballpark in Chaska Athletic, one of the most historic ballparks in the state of Minnesota. Bach sets, fires. Ball low to DuPont, number 27 for Eden Prairie. The first baseman, he's re-entering into the game now as we can assume they'll have a pitching change. Both teams into their bullpens. Chaska, this is their 3rd pitcher of the game. Bach's 1-0 offering is just a little bit high. 5-0 to score here from Athletic Park in Chaska. Glad you could join us for our inaugural game here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Bach fires. Gets down 3-0 now as that one was inside. 3-0, 1 out. The situation here. Nobody on base for Eden Prairie. Bach sets, fires. The 3-0 strike is given. DuPont, who had that RBI double to open up the scoring, stands at the plate now. Bach, the 3-1 is outside, and it's a walk for DuPont, who will take his spot at first base.
Shortstop, Zach Elliott.
Zach Elliott now at the plate for Eden Prairie. First time here doing baseball. Hopefully we can do some more here. Hopefully you're enjoying our first broadcast from Athletic. Chaska down 5-0. Not exactly the start they were hoping for, but good amount of baseball left. DuPont at first base, and it's Elliott who swings through the first pitch of his at-bat. 1-0, or 0-1 rather, the count now. Bach, the pitcher, looks in, gets his signs from his catcher, Swenson. Bach, the 0-1. Looked good, but apparently it was just a bit inside. Elliott, the 1-1 count. DuPont getting a good lead over there at first base. Bach interested in him. He instead fires home, and it's fouled back into the netting behind home plate here. One and two here. Chaska, if they could get a double play here, that'd be huge. DuPont over at first base, looking like he's interested in running. He gets a secondary lead, and Bach gets a strikeout. And it's Zach Elliott who's going to be sent back to the dugout. Can I help you? No thanks, I'm just looking.
Center fielder, Mike
Esping. Here, Espy sets to the plate now. With 2 outs, Eden Prairie, runner on first base here. Chaska's only other defensive change besides the pitching change is Bach enters. His first baseman, freshman Mac Bourne, enters, and a pitch finds the backstop. Riley Swenson comes back to recover it, but DuPont advances to second base in the process. Bach, the 1-0, he takes his time looking in for his signs here. Now he sets, fires. Two-0 now, the second pitch didn't find the zone. The stands here have emptied out a little bit as we go into the latter part of the game, and Bach fires a strike in there. Chaska down 5-0. Anything they'll use to get back into this game. Two on the count, 2 outs. Runner on second base here in the top of the sixth. Bach's pitch fouled away, out of play. Two strikes for Bach. 2 balls and 2 outs. Number 8, Mike Espy for Eden Prairie. Out at second base is Sam DuPont. Their first baseman, he gets a good lead out there. Nobody paying too much attention to him as we have 2 strikes and 2 outs. A big pitch here in the baseball game from Bach. Bach fires, sets it home. It's grounded foul, left side. The 2-2 once more from Bach. The bender got him. Strike 3. Justin Bach, 2 big strikeouts, and that ends the inning. Chaska a little bit of momentum here headed into the bottom of the 6th. 2 more chances for Chaska to try to get something done in this game. 5-0 as we head to the middle of the 6th. We'll be right back on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network from Athletic Park. Well, as we head to the bottom of the 6th, it's going to be Mac Bourne, the freshman. Or no, it's Riley Swenson, rather, who's hitting here. There's Coach Brandon Arnold hustling his way over the first base coaching box. And it's Swenson who's at the plate now. Bottom of the 6th for Chaska. Swenson set to face off against Erdahl. Erdahl, along with the other Eden Prairie pitchers, scoreless here through 5. The big windup from Erdahl, and ball 1 for Swenson. Swenson gets into one. It's poked out to left field, and it's an easy catch for Eden Prairie's left fielder. And the first out of the inning is a Swenson flyout. Jacob Goroskowski, the third baseman for the Hawks, steps up now, hoping to give him a spark here. And if there's one person on this team who can do it, I think this is their guy. The pitch from Erdahl. First one is away for ball 1. Beautiful evening here. 5-0. Goroskowski takes a big hack at one. He whiffs on it, moving the count to 1-1 with one out here. Goroskowski wears one right in the back of the leg, and the second hit by pitch for Erdahl. And here comes number 9, Mac Bourne, the freshman. With Goroskowski down there at first base, he just wore one off of the back of his leg, and now the freshman Mac Bourne steps to the plate for his first varsity at bat. While the umpire writes down the change in his book, we stop and wait, and now here comes the freshman, Mac Bourne. The right-handed hitter awaits the pitch. The big windup from Erdahl, and Bourne swings right through it. It's a good-looking swing from Bourne, though, but he just missed it. The count goes to 0-1. Erdahl gets that big leg kick, and being a lefty, he can do that because it's not easy to read whether he's going over or not. So as the count moves to 1-1, we will see if Goroskowski gets moving. Now a particularly fast base runner in Goroskowski on first base. Mac Bourne with 1 out needs to do a job. He faces the 1-1 and looks at it as it goes by for ball 2. The 2-1 to Bourne. Goroskowski on first base. A hurt all on the hill. The 2-1 is low, blocked up. Goroskowski takes off, and he is going to get thrown out. A good block by Warbleski, the catcher for Eden Prairie. He made a good throw down to second base and threw out Goroskowski. The count moves to 3-1 for Bourne, who the situation changes for drastically here. He looks at strike 3, or strike 2 rather. Count goes full with 2 outs. Full count, 2 outs here for Bourne, the freshman, in a big situation in his first varsity at bat. Chaska down 5-0. Erdal set fire. Bourne gets into one. He didn't get all of it though, and it's out to center field, and it's a fly out to end the inning. Chaska can't get anything across in the bottom of the 6th, so they'll have one more chance as we go to the final frame of baseball here from Athletic Park. When we return, Chaska and Eden Prairie play the 7th. All right, here we go for the final inning of baseball here from Athletic Park. Will Paul stands in to face against Justin Bach, the pitcher for Chaska. This is a lace into the left center gap, and Paul's going to round hard and use his speed to get into second base there. So a leadoff double on the first pitch Will Paul sees, and with no outs, Justin Bach falls into the defensive now. The moon is shining bright here at Athletic Park this evening. Glad you could join us here. Chaska behind 5-0 here in the top of the 7th. They're going to have one more chance to get back into this baseball game and possibly win it. Strike 1 from Chaska's dealer, Bach. Baseball in Minnesota just about an hour ago. It was 55 degrees and sunny as Braletsky fouls one back and into the grandstand. And now it's about, I'd venture to guess, it's not that bad. It's about 40 degrees here. We had snow last night. Athletic Park was covered in snow last night. We didn't think we were going to get this game in. But it happened, and Chaska's down 5-0 here to always talented Eden Prairie team. This one fouled off, and Chaska's Bach takes a 2-0 advantage in the count. Bach needs a minute before he can get a sign locked up with catcher Swenson. So we take a break as our hitter calls time. The 0-2 from Bach lays ahead here. Nobody out and a runner on second base. Will Paul that leadoff double into the left center gap. Here's Bach. The curveball didn't curve as much as he wanted it to, and it left up high for ball one. Paul on second base. Bach gives him a look. The 1-2. Swung on, hit hard out to left field. This one is going back, and it is gone. A home run makes the game 7-0. It's Ryan Wroblewski, the catcher, who hits a big fly and gives Eden Prairie an even bigger advantage here in the 7th inning. The junior catcher got a hold of one of Bach's pitches, and he took it out over the left field wall here. Eden Prairie's 7th run off 7 hits. And the Eagles go up on Chaska. Even more here in this 7th inning. So Chaska's going to need a big bottom of the 7th as Zach Elliott steps to the plate now for Eden Prairie. He went down, that's Matt Dolan who steps up now. Bach sets, fires, strike one, fouled back. The 0-1 from Bach lies ahead. The hook from Bach fouled away by Dolan. Makes the count 0-2. That big fly from Wroblewski. His first one of the year. 7-0 baseball game here at Athletic Park. Hawks not getting the start they wanted to, but this Eden Prairie team going to be one of the more talented ones they'll face all year. Chaska's conference is not particularly tough, but obviously, game is a guaranteed win. But Eden Prairie providing a good challenge here early, as they do for most seasons. Chaska's going to get Richfield on Thursday, then they'll head to Minnetonka on the 15th. That's a Saturday. This Saturday is Bach gets the first out of the inning on a strikeout, and it's Dolan who goes down swinging, and up comes Connor Keel. 7-0 the score here from Athletic Park. Hawks only have one hit in the ball game. Here's the offering to Keel. It's a curveball inside. Got it. Justin Bach gets a strike. Bach's gone ahead 2-0-2 on both of his batters that he's faced here in the last 2 at-bats, but one of them resulted in a home run, the other a strikeout. Another curveball from Bach. He hooks it in there. Keel struggling to eye that one up at the plate. The 0-2 from Bach. Got him swinging. So another strikeout from Bach as Connor Keel is gone on 3 pitches. And now it's Connor Young who steps to the plate. with 2 outs.
Right fielder Connor Young.
He checks. His first swing and a delayed appeal to second base brings nothing of it. Or to the first base umpire brings nothing of it. I don't know how you can appeal that, but they do anyway. So it's ball 1 from Bach. This one's in there for a strike. A fastball caught the outside corner. Eden Prairie exploded for 5 runs in the 5th inning. They have 2 so far in this inning off of a Wroblewski home run to the left field. Bach now 1-1 pitch to Young is in the dirt. Blocked up by the catcher, the umpire back there. Neither of them knew where it was until Swenson found it. Two-one now from Bach to Young. Left upstairs goes the 3-1, does the count. Strike 2 catches the outside corner, so Bach fills up the count at 3-2 with 2 outs. Eden Prairie's Connor Young. See what he can do here with a full count, 2 outs. Left it upstairs, and it's ball 4. Connor Young takes first base, and Bach walks him. So Eden Prairie base runner, and Connor. Nope, that's Bailey DeMays who steps up to the plate. With 2 outs, Demetz. Runner on first for Eden Prairie, 2 outs, Demetz at the plate. This one is bent in there for a strike by Bach. The curveball been looking good so far this game. He's been able to rely on that early in the count. He's gone ahead once more, 0-1. Strike 2 from Bach is a fastball in there. Right back on the rubber, ready to throw his 0-2 pitch. Bach not even giving a look over to the runner at first base. He sets it up and he gets a strikeout swinging. So Chaska's out of the inning. 2 runs of damage done, though. Off of the Wroblewski home run ball, and we go to the middle of the 7th. Chaska, one more chance to win this baseball game. Down 7-0 as we go to the final frame. Well, we get ready for the final inning of baseball here. Final half inning is Chaska's Marcus Peters steps to the dish now, looking to get something going for Chaska here in the bottom of the 7th. They're down 7-0 to Eden Prairie. Peters takes a big hack at the first offering from Erdahl. Eden Prairie pitchers stellar through 6 here so far. Only 1 hit conceded. It was by their starter, and that was Zegan. Strike 2 to Peters. Another hack at it. Oh, 2, nobody out, nobody on. Peters looks for the Erdahl offering. It is swung on, fouled back. Chaska down outfielder Benji Hidalgo this evening. He's got an injury, so he didn't get the time this evening. So Marcus Peters is going to step in, and he looks at a big curveball whiz by. One, 2 to Peters. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. Chaska needs to get something going here. Erdahl, the 1-2, no good. Wasted outside. 2-2 goes the count. Erdahl, the 2-2. Here he goes. And it's going to be strike 3. A fastball caught the outside corner, and Peters goes down looking. Eden Prairie 2 outs away from a victory.
Pitcher Justin Bach.
Justin Bach needs to try to help himself out here. With 1 out, Bach steps in here. Van Zandt steps in on deck, the sophomore. So Chaska going to go back-to-back sophomores here, if Van Zandt is the one who steps to the plate. After Bach's at bat, 1 out, 0-1 to Bach. He shows bunt, pulls back in his ball 2. Making Eden Prairie think a little bit. The 2-0 to the pitcher. Low, 3-0. Gets the takes on, I think, is what's going to be here. And it's strike 1 from Erdahl. 3-0, not really looking to hit anything with a 7-0 deficit. Ball 4, and up comes Logan Van Zandt. Van Zandt is first varsity at bat right now.
Pitch hitter for Chaska, number 23, Logan Van Zandt.
Van Zandt, the sophomore, pitch hits for his first varsity at bat. Bach on first, 1 out. Van Zandt looks at the first offering, it's a strike. Oh, 1 to Van Zandt, the Hawk sophomore. It's all quiet here at the ballpark. Bottom of the 7th inning, 7-0 Chaska deficit. Van Zandt still looking at a fastball right down the heart. Drops down 0-2 in the count now. Van Zandt needs to get something done here. Oh, 2 inside, a changeup. Count moves to 1-2 for Van Zandt. Now he had to get a hack in. Bach still at first base for the Hawks. Down 7 here with 1 out in the 7th. Van Zandt puts a hack on 1 and he fouls it back. Van Zandt hit a home run in the JV scrimmage just a week ago, about a week ago. When was that? It was in Shakopee. He hit a big home run over the fence for Chaska in the Shakopee scrimmage, so he's shown he can perform here. He gets some varsity cuts, and he's down 1-2 in the count here against Erdahl for Eden Prairie. Van Sant inside. Curveball his toes. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Bach on first base, Erdahl on the mound. Van Sant at the plate. Ball 3 outside. Logan Van Sant to get at bat here. Looking to keep something alive here for Chaska. Van Sant needs to win one more pitch, and Chaska's in this game. At least in this inning. It's still a 7-0 deficit. Van Sant looks at strike 3. And it's Seth Hendrickson, who's Chaska's last hope here, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th here.
Second baseman, Seth Hendrickson.
Seth Hendrickson looks at ball 1 up and away. First broadcast from Athletic on pretty well, I'd say. Bach still at first base for Chaska here. 2 outs. Hendrickson looks at strike 1. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. I call him Scoot. Here's Hendrickson, number 6 at the plate. Chaska down to their last out. Erdahl on the hill for Eden Prairie, looking to close this one out. Inside for ball 2. Eden Prairie pitchers have some good zip on their fastballs and got some good bend on the curveballs, which is pretty effective for a pitching staff. Chaska's pitching staff, not much different. Their pitching is going to be their strong suit this year. Hendrickson fouls one up. Chaska down to their last strike now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Eden Prairie up. Catcher took one off of the body, and he gets a minute here as our umpire helps him out, giving him a little time to regroup, and we have one more strike that Chaska's living on here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Erdahl, ground ball back to the pitcher. Hendrickson running it out at first base. Erdahl over to first base. He throws him out. That's going to end the ball game. Eden Prairie beats Chaska on opening night. 7-0 the final score. Hawks go to 0-1. Eden Prairie goes to 1-0. Chaska's next game going to be here Thursday night at Richfield against Richfield back here at Athletic Park. Don't know if we'll have a broadcast, but we sure will try. The final line score this evening for Eden Prairie: 7 runs off 7 hits. They committed 1 error. Winning pitcher going to be Jack Zegan. For the Hawks, no runs off of 1 hit. 2 errors committed by the Hawks. Zach Hartford gets the loss for Chaska. Hope you enjoyed our first broadcast of Hawks baseball here from Athletic Park. For Ryan Paul, I'm Ryan Paul saying so long here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Hawks fall on opening night.